a season that began under bright sunny skies and warm temperatures, the weather has deteriorated into a fall weekend in Michigan when some of the white fluffy stuff came to the upper thumb throughout the day. Down near Carroll, they report a little accumulation on the ground, and winter can't be far away. Well, we have reached the final weekend in the month of October, and that brings a conclusion to the high school football campaign, at least the regular season phase of it. This is week number 9. We have journeyed to the Ubly Valley to watch the Bearcats tangle with the Hatchets out of Bad Axe in the WLAW Friday Night Football Game of the Week. Welcome, everyone. I'm Tom Meyer with Ron Lehrman. Derek Lehrman is our statistician and spotter tonight. And the game is brought to you courtesy of the folks at Bad Axe Radiator by your Eastern Michigan Bank. Also presented tonight by Randy Hunting Center. Randy's Hunting Center at their new location, M19 and M142, just east of Bad Axe. By Sun Country and Dunk's Garage in Ubly. By Conic Radiator Shop. By Bukowski Chevrolet Pontiac in Ubly. By Whitey's Restaurant of Ubly. By Ubly Motor Sales. By the Ruble Elevators with their 4 locations conveniently located throughout the Upper Thumb area. By Ubly Floor Covering. By Pants Restaurant. By the WLAW Sportscasters Club. By McAlpin Furniture Store in Bad Axe. And D&M Cabinet Shop on Purdy Road. It's week number 9, folks. The season rapidly coming to a close. Looks like the only team that's got a shot at getting into the playoffs are the Elkton Pigeon Bayport Lakers. We'll talk about that and other football on tonight's program in just a couple of moments. Number 1 of the season saw us at Clark Marsh Field when the Hatchets did battle in their opening game. It was a loss to the Harbor Beach Pirates, 32-20. And at that time, everyone thought the Harbor Beach Pirates were going to be the premier club of the Thumb C Association, but it didn't turn out that way. Next, the fans thought, well, it'll be the Ubly Bearcats to win the championship. They were coming off 8-1 seasons, but both the Harbor Beach Pirates and the Ubly Bearcats fell on hard times throughout the midseason. The Bearcats go into this game with an up-and-down record. They were up 4 times. They were down 4 times. We were here several weeks ago, and at that time, the Bearcats went flat against the USA Patriots in a game they were heavily favored to win. They lost it by a score of 29-0 that night. But then, 2 weeks ago, the Bearcats rebound from a couple of mid-season losses, and they post a very impressive victory, 22-12 over the Harbor Beach Pirates. And now we move to the final weekend of the high school football campaign. It has been a lot of fun in the 1993 season. It is the final season for the Blue Bay Conference. Next season, those 4 teams move in with Caldwell, Lexington, and Bay City All Saints to form a brand new Thumb C with 13 members. And what a lot of fun that will be on the football campaign 1 year from tonight. Ubly, Michigan, we'll talk about tonight's ball game. We'll also talk about the Laker chances, what has or does not have to happen this weekend in order for the Lakers to make it into the state playoffs. It'll be coming up in about 15 minutes, the opening kickoff, as the Bearcats tangle with the Bad Axe Hatchets in our Friday Night Football Game of the Week.
When closeout sale is on at Bukowski Chevrolet Pontiac and Ubly. The lowest prices of the year are here. We must make room for the 94s. Nothing held back, no reasonable offer refused. With every new or used car purchase, you will be eligible to win 2 round-trip tickets anywhere in the world Northwest Airline flies. Bukowski Chevrolet Pontiac and Ubly. The guaranteed lowest prices, the largest selection, excellent service, and a friendly sales staff. Why in the world would you buy anywhere else?
There's only one place to shop for quality Lazy Boy rocker recliners, McAlpine Furniture, because a truckload of Lazy Boy rocker recliners has just arrived at McAlpine Furniture in Bad Axe, and they have over 50 chairs in stock and on sale starting at only $299. See the new styles now in stock. Kick back and covered in a Lazy Boy rocker recliner from McAlpine Furniture. Remember, McAlpine Furniture has free delivery. The road to savings is at McAlpine Furniture, 1 block north of the post office in Bad Axe. And everyone at McAlpine Furniture hopes you enjoy tonight's game.
just what does the largest inventory of radiators in Huron County mean to you? It means shorter repair time when you need your radiator replaced. At Bad Axe Radiator, you get 10 years experience in repair and replacement of aluminum and plastic parts. R134A Freon available. Their high volume reduces the price for you. With harvest season upon us, it's good to know Bad Axe Radiator can handle your combine repair. Just stop in at Bad Axe Radiator, 3/4 of a mile west of Bad Axe, or call 269-9611. That's Bad Axe Radiator, 269-9611.
Every small town has that favorite place to go for a cup of coffee and to catch up on the latest news around town. In Ubly, that place is Pat's Restaurant. They're always there, morning or afternoon, with a cup of coffee and a friendly greeting. And Pat's Restaurant serves up quick and tasty meals to your order. Pat's Restaurant may be small, but they know how to put out the food, quick, tasty, and to your satisfaction. Pat's Restaurant in Ubly wants you to enjoy tonight's game, and go Bearcats!
Back once again at the Ubly High School Athletic Complex. I'm Tom Meyer with Ron Lehrman. And, Coach, as we get ready for the ninth and final week of the season, it went by very quickly again this year.
Boy, it sure did. And I'll tell you what, you can sure tell it's getting toward the end of the season when this weather, and of course the crowd is a late arriving crowd because they're staying tucked away and warm until just about kickoff time, as the wind is out of the west, northwest, and gusty at times, to say at least. But of course, we're high up the top here at Ubly Stadium here in the tower, tucked in out of the wind, so to speak, a little bit. The wind does come in a little bit, but a nice vantage point, and we're tucked up here high enough so we can see what's going on. But the question is, what is going on with this Ubly football team? Which team is going to show up tonight?
We have absolutely no idea because we do not know from week to week. We've seen them a couple of times. We saw them in the 29-0 loss to the USA Patriots about a month ago. And then just 2 weeks ago, they turned it right around and came back and took care of Harbor Beach by a 22-12 count. Bad Axe Hatchets, in the meantime, you know, they had their season going fairly well. The first time they met the Elkton Pigeon Bayport Lakers, they gave them a tough fight right into the second half, but they self-destructed in the first quarter last week, got behind early 20-0, and for all intents and purposes, that game was over at that point. So you kind of get the feeling that tonight will be kind of a competitive game between these two rivals.
Well, we're not sure which Bad Axe team is going to show up. Of course, the one thing Bad Axe has going for it in its favor is they're not playing somebody the second time. This is somebody new, and they're closing out their season, and they'd like to close it out on a winning note. And I'm sure that they were disappointed after that loss and poor start against the Lakers last week. And, boy, the Laker defense just took away their best play, the inside trap. So we're going to see how the Ubly defense defends the Beer offense of the Bad Axe Hatchets here tonight, to see if they try to shut that down to start the offensive attack against the Ubly Bearcat defense.
Well, the only Huron County team with any kind of a chance to get into the playoffs are the Elkton Pigeon Bayport Lakers, who are going into week number 9 of the season in 5th place in their region, and they've got to hope for a miracle of some kind. They've got to kind of hope for a Vassar-Vulcan victory tonight over the Reese Rockets, or a Detroit De La Salle, who is a double-A team, who's going to take on Orchard Lake St. Mary's in the playoffs at the Pontiac Silverdome on Sunday afternoon. So if the Reese Rockets win their game tonight with Vassar, then the Laker fans will have to wait the outcome of De La Salle, Orchard Lake St. Mary's game on Sunday afternoon. That's part of the Catholic League playoffs. But the Lakers, the only way they can get in, first they got to beat Harbor Beach tonight.
Well, that was the thing I was going to mention. They have to beat the Harbor Beach tonight, and for Harbor Beach to beat the Lakers, they're going to have to put the ball in the air a little more than what they usually do. And I'm not sure of the Laker defense yet, even though last week against the Bad Axe Hatchets, they took away from their best play, the inside trap, and Bill Gordon. And if you can do that against the Bad Axe Hatchets, you're doing something strategically correct. Well, but yeah, their defense over the years hasn't been their strong, but their offense. Boy, what 3 running backs can you get, and then the quarterback can run or throw. And to me, the Laker offense is probably the best in the area I've seen.
How do you compare it to some of the old Laker offenses? And, you know, we've seen some good teams in the past dozen years, Ron.
Well, I don't see the balance on the passing attack that they've had over the years. But the running strength of this team is probably the best three runners that I've seen, plus the quarterback can run. And then he scrambles a little bit, and once in a while, he can find a receiver on the run. But their passing attack over the years has probably been a lot stronger than it has this year. But their offense is probably the best in the area.
Harbor Beach a little disappointed in their football season. They expected a lot more than they got.
Well, talking to Coach Schalke and Coach Dillon, both of them are disappointed. They thought they would do a lot better this year, even though they thought to be a little closer. And, of course, they were in some ball games to the middle of the third quarter, but then the defense self-destruct and the offense self-destructs. And when those things go haywire, you just can't get back in the ball game. And Baddock's going to attest to that last week. They just special teams fell down a little bit. They lost the football here and turned it over. Pretty soon you're down 21-0.
The Thumb D Association run, and little did we know week number 2 when we went up to North Huron schools to do the North Huron-Kingston game that really the one play that almost decided a league championship was that pass play at the end of the first half, and Kingston gets 8 points out of it and beats the North Huron Warriors, and that was the whole league championship right there.
Well, I'm sure the North Huron Warriors, they had to do that play all over again. They wouldn't throw that little simple square out with very few seconds to go back deep in their own territory. If you're going to put the ball up, you want to throw it deep. You don't want to throw a short, flat pass. And, of course, we don't know what pass pattern, if it's a two-man pass pattern. I believe it was. And the quarterback elected to throw it underneath. And, boy, what a mistake. It went for 6.
Coach,
and they turned it into 8.
Coach Randy Miller works as a dispatcher for the 9/11 program in Huron County. And so I saw him several days later. And I walked into the dispatch center and I said, "Well, Coach, did you call the play?" He said, "Yeah, Tom, it was my play." He said, "It just didn't go the way we had hoped it would, but that's football. You play aggressive football, and sometimes, you get a turnover like that." The only reason we brought up that, we didn't really want to rehash past memories of a loss, but North Huron did not have too many home games this year. Matter of fact, tonight is their first home game in well over a month, and they have picked tonight for homecoming. What a cold night that would be up there to be in the homecoming court.
Well, they better have some fur coats up in that area because it's probably snowing over there. Because I thought it was snowing when we were doing that Kingston North Huron, but you said it was heavy rain.
Yeah, it was. That was one of the coldest nights, and we've had some beautiful nights since that time. They're introducing the parents of the senior players just prior to the kickoff. We'll be back on our pregame show in just a moment.
Are high interest rates on your loans weighing you down? You can lighten the load with a low-interest home equity credit line called the Home Asset Account from Eastern Michigan Bank. When you consolidate your higher-rate loans, such as credit card bills or auto loans, into one low-rate home asset account, you'll save money every month by reducing the amount of interest you pay. Visit Eastern Michigan Bank in Croswell, Deckerville, Lakeport, Lexington, Minden City, Port Huron, and Sandusky, and lift the weight of high rates off your shoulders. Equal housing lender.
Most drivers are careful about changing their oil. Well, that's good. But it still leaves a couple dozen other problems that the qualified technicians at Ubly Motors can help you take care of. Things like checking your brakes, ignition system, transmission fluid, and a tire check. Ubly Motors now has a high-speed wheel balancing machine that gives a true and accurate balancing of your tires. And that gives you a smoother, safer ride. When it's time for the best deal on a new or used car, talk to Mike Warner and his staff at Ubly Motors on Main Street in Ubly.
For all of your floor covering needs, it's Ubly Floor Covering, your authorized dealer for Lee's for Life Carpet, certified by DuPont and featuring warranties against stains. Ubly Floor Covering also carries Mannington, Congoleum, and Queen. And when the time comes that you decide that you need new carpeting, be sure to stop in and see Dennis and Ann Badger at Ubly Floor Covering in Ubly. And good luck to the Bearcats in tonight's game.
marching band and the playing of our national anthem. We'll be ready for the opening kickoff in a moment.
The Rubel elevators are harvest ready with 4 convenient locations in Harbor Beach, Ubly, Cass City, and Snover. And are helping area farmers make their operations more profitable with competitive prices on all farm crops and all farm chemicals, seeds, and fertilizers. The Rubel elevators would like to wish both teams good luck in tonight's game. And farmers, remember, when you need the competitive edge in your operation, your answer should be the Rubel elevators of Harbor Beach, Ubly, Cass City, and Snover. Harvest season or any season, the Rubel elevators are there when you need them.
Randy's Hunting Center is bigger and better than ever. The largest hunting facility in the Thumb area is now open in Bad Axe. Randy's Hunting Center, offering hunters the largest selection and the lowest prices anywhere on rifles, pistols, shotguns, and archery equipment. Bow hunters, Randy has everything you need for the hunt. Hundreds of bows, broadheads, sights, arrows, quivers, releases, portable tree stands, and more. Randy's Hunting Center can professionally tune your bows so your arrows fly true. Now open at Randy's Hunting Center. A big indoor pistol range and full-size archery range. Get it done right the first time at Randy's Hunting Center, located at the corner of M142 and M19, just east of Bad Axe. Open noon to 10 p.m. weekdays, Saturday 10 to 5, and Sunday 1 to 5.
Well, it is a cold, blustery night in Michigan's Upper Thumb, but the fans have come out nevertheless to bid adieu to the 1993 high school football campaign. Good evening again, everyone. I'm Tom Meyer with Ron Lehrman. Derek Lehrman is our spotter and statistician, and we are ready at week number 9 of the high school football campaign to bring you the words, the pictures, and descriptions of the Bearcats versus the Hatchets. It's a non-league meeting, a traditional finale for these two teams on the 1993 football campaign. The game originates from the Ubly Stadium, and cold, blustery night it is, and we are high atop the best press box they have ever built here in county. We say that every time we come here, and we really mean it, because this is the best place in the world to call a football game on a Friday night. It's up high, close to the field, and you can see everything very easily. Sharp contrast to some of the older press boxes that we've had a lot of difficulty with over the years.
Well, the Harbor Beach one has a heater in it. I just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah.
With the windows closed tonight. So Ubly's got to get some heaters and close windows. But they're kicking into the wind here, and Bad Axe is going to have the wind at their back in the first quarter. They being Brad Maurer, and he squibs it. They try an onside kick, and I don't think it went the full 10 yards. Geld, and it's going to be Advent. Instead of going up and falling on it and down it before it gets to 10 yards, because it got awful close there and then took a side bounce at the last minute. So the Bad Axe Hatchets get good field territory here as Ubly gets set to defend. They're playing a 5-man front. London at quarterback, and his first handoff the inside. Bill Gordon come up with that quick one up the middle. They like it, and it goes for about 9 yards. Dave Maurer on the hit for the Ubly Bearcats. Again, this last week, Bill Gordon wasn't able to get on track, but he got a nice block inside there and jumped over the guy that was blocked and picked up good yardage on that. Guy Rosenthal and Shane Legault also in the backfield. And London will keep it this time. Tucks it in, goes out on that left side, and he is finally tripped up behind and brought down at the 25-yard line. That's first down for the Hatchets. Jason Badger made the trip there as London came out, and he had Jaya Rosenthal leading him there, and he decided to keep the ball and go around that right side. If he could have just got around the corner, he would have been off to the races. But another first down for the Hatchets here. They're operating from the 25-yard line. And it's a quick inside handoff, and nobody fooled at all, as Gordon was the ball carrier, and he lost a yard. Darren Schmidt centers the ball. The guards are Walsh, that's Rod Walsh and Tom Austin. The tackles, Mike Eyre and Jeff Bismack, and the end, Scott Sherhart and Scott Ventline. I believe it was Perry Haleski that made the initial hit for the Bearcats as he submarined the quarterback and Gordon at the same time.
And again, just straight up the middle, and they do some good faking, and finally Gordon just took that London on the pitch.
Fumbled the ball over there. The Ubly Bearcats recovered it. It looks like Jason Badger recovered the ball for the Bearcats. So the first turnover.
Pitch out went to LeGault, and he never got possession of it. And suddenly the ball was on the field, and Badger got down on it.
Well, he got the wrong end of the football. He grabbed the pointed end. He couldn't get a hold of it, so it went to the turf, and he still couldn't pick it up. But the Bearcats fell on it.
Maurer on the pitch off to start the first offensive series. Messing trying that left side, and Messing gets awful close to first down. It'll depend on the spot, but he gets about 7 yards as he comes sweeping around the left side.
Gordon and Walsh made hit for the Bad Axe Hatchets as Shane LeGault came up to make the initial hit, but he sidestepped him and picked up good 3 or 4 more yards as he went around that left side on the offensive end there.
Ubly has the ball on their own 32-yard line. We have just started this game from Ubly, Michigan. Again, it'll be up the middle, nothing fancy. Chris Messing trying for that first down, but he's going to be stopped short after he picks up a yard or two, gets it out just close to the 35.
Jair Rosenthal made the initial hit, and then Gordon and Walsh finished up. Again, the Maurer boys are playing beside one another again tonight. We noticed that they were playing guards, but now they've been playing guard and tackle. They did that against Harbor Beach, and they're doing the same thing against the Bad Axe Hatchets tonight.
Well, it certainly worked against the Pirates 2 weeks ago. 3rd down and 2 situation. And straight up the middle, Perry Haleski first down as he goes all the way up to the 45.
LeGault down the hit for the Bad Axe Hatchets along with Tad McKenzie.
Tad McKenzie on tackle for Bad Axe.
Like the way that Haleski runs.
Well, he just went straight up as a quick hitter, a quick trap, and he just sidestepped, and all he needed was a gap, and he was into the secondary before they knew he had the football.
Ubly first down at their own 45-yard line. On a reverse, and Messing gets it, but the Hatchets are not fooled as he is brought down the initial hit out there by the Bad Axe Hatchets number 50.
Matt Crisford came through and got the penetration and knocked him down, and then Rod Walsh finished him off.
Second down and 10. Ubly Bearcats with the ball after the Hatchets got it on the kickoff and turned it over. There's our first flag of the night, encroachment of the neutral territory. Looks like it'll go against the Bearcats.
Well, it should go against the Bad Axe
Well, I think they
Hatchets.
were drawn off, though, Ron. I'd give the penalty to the Bearcats.
Well, they're going to give it to the Hatchets.
Well, the one official agreed with me.
Well, he wanted to go with the wind at his back. That's why he was pointing that way, because he didn't want to talk to him with the wind blowing in his face, because it's cold out there.
That's our first penalty of the football game. And that moves the Bearcat just shy of the midfield stripe. No score in this first quarter. Inside handoff again. Wisniewski is going to go. He's at the 30, 25. Only one man to beat. Hauled down inside the 15 and brought down at the 12-yard line.
I believe it was Gordon finally caught up with him down that right side. Wazerski came through on that sweep to the right and got to the outside after he got out outside tackle of Maurer on the trap play, and then turned it out to the outside, and Gordon finally brought him down around the 15-yard line of the Bad Axe Hatchets.
They'll spot it officially now at the 14-yard line. Maurer fumble on the ball. Let's see who's got it. The Hatchets have it, I believe. They're jumping around like they do, but we'll wait for the officials to sort this one out.
Yeah, he's waving that way, too.
Yeah, they got it. So both teams have turned the ball over. Ubly deep in Hatchet territory at the 14-yard line after...
Jair Rosenthal recovered it for the Bad Axe Hatchets, so one turn deserves another here as they get down into scoring territory. They give the ball away.
I'll tell you, they were lucky there because Wazerski was just one step from going all the way, Ron.
Well, just a bad exchange between the quarterback and center that time.
Here come the Hatchets. Gordon again. He breaks it, and Gordon out for about 12, 13 yards as he comes across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Jason Badger and number 24, Chris Messing for the Ubly Bearcats as they picked up a first down. Gordon running hard tonight.
No score. We're in the first quarter. Played some 4 minutes of this football game. This is the second possession. Both teams have fumbled once.
Breaking out of it this time, Rosenthal. And he broke one tackle, spun away, and he gets about 5 yards. Good penetration, good carry that time by Rosenthal.
Messing and number 71, Dan Maurer, for the Ubly Bearcats.
That's the way to run, though. You just ducked away from that guy and looked, you're going to bring him down, and you just start spinning and get a couple of extra yards out of it. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Bad Axe Hatchets. Get a quick trap up the middle. Gordon for about 3 to the 35.
Perry Haleski on the hit for the Ubly Bearcats, as again they ran the quick trap to the strong side of the formation where the tight end was, and they picked up about 3 yards on the play. So it's going to bring it along 1 or 2 yards here.
Officially 3rd and 2. Bad Axe at the 35-yard line. There's our second set of flags.
We got too close to the neutral zone, so let's see before the snap here. Let's see if somebody can cross it, or Bad Axe lined up in the neutral zone, so they are going to cost them 5 yards.
Move it back 5 yards.
Well, they move it back to the 30-yard line. It's still going to be 3rd down, but now it's going to be 3rd and 7 situation.
Well, the Bad Axe Hatchets took the win here in the first quarter. If they're going to do any passing, we have about 6:30. This would be a good time to unload one.
On 1st down, Coach?
3rd down here. 3rd and long now.
Okay.
He's going back.
Back to pass, and he's going to get sacked. He gets the pass intercepted. Oh! And then he dropped it in and out of the hands of the Ubly Bad Hatchets. And
Perry Haleski put on the pressure by the Ubly Bearcats, and London threw it. And he threw it to Mark Kubenacher, who couldn't gather it in. And so it went for an incomplete pass. So it'll be 4th down. Nobody touched Haleski.
Kubenacher would have
coming
been gone.
Through the defensive end.
4th down punting situation now. Bad Axe will be kicking from their own 18-yard line. A high kick, not a lot of distance. Comes down right up in the midfield stripe. Takes Ubly bounce down inside the 35 and will roll almost to the 30-yard line.
Well, a good punt out of a short pooch punt there, but he had the wind at his back. So the Ubly Bearcats take over on their own 31. We have no score here. Both teams had excellent scoring positions, but they turned it over. Even the Golden Throat is back from Ubly here. LeCure's over there.
Yeah, he wasn't here when we were here a month ago. No, we missed him that night. Maurer on the inside handoff. Messing after a penetration of about 5 yards, though.
Look out, Gordon for the Bad Axe Hatchets making the hit.
Shane Legault taking the stop for the Hatchets. 2nd down.
They got Piotr at the clock, but where's the one that's always right? Marv Wright.
Marv isn't here tonight, is he?
No, he must be in a car or something. Maybe home, staying warm.
2nd and 6 coming up for the Ubly Bearcats at their own 35-yard line.
Inside reverse, the fumble the ball.
Yeah,
and it's still loose.
Yeah, no,
and I believe the Hatchets got it.
Well, the Bearcats headed back momentarily, but now it looks like we'll have to wait for them to unstack here.
Well, all the Bad Axe Hatchets gets their point, and they got it. We'll see here.
There's a pile of bodies down there. No, I think
they're going to say the Bearcats got it back. Looked like Rod Walsh went in there diving in. He should have had it along with number 71, Mike Apley. But somebody, I think Andy Neffel, I don't think you want to meet him in a dark alley either, because he's a big, strong kid, and he wrestled away from the Bad Axe Hatchets boy.
They lost 4 yards on the play, so now it's 3rd and 10 coming up. 4:49 to go. Scoreless first quarter. Maurer calling out his signals. He's back to pass, looks up over the middle, and throws it away. Ubly will have to punt.
For professional service on your car or truck, see the certified mechanics at Dunk's Garage in Ubly. The mechanics at Dunk's Garage have been servicing cars and trucks in the Thumb area since 1956. From major overhauls to brakes, shocks, tires, tune-ups, and oil changes. Dunk's Garage is the place to have it done and done right. Remember to have the folks at Dunk's Garage check your belts and hoses before the cooler weather arrives. For the best up-to-date mechanical service for your car or truck, see the pros at Dunk's Garage on the corner of M19 and Main Street at the light in Ubly. Call 658-2300. That's 658-2300.
Shane Legault. Call for a fair catch.
Fair catch by Gene LeGault for the Bad Axe Hatchets. After the Ubly punt, Bad Axe will take over on their own 38-yard line. We're still scoreless.
Well, that was a beautiful punt. I'm not sure they punted it so quick. I didn't look to see who punted it. Bill, do you know who punted it? They just asked. Nobody saw the punter, but it was a good one. So let's have him punt it again. He punted the win and got about a 30-yard punt, folks. And a beautiful punt.
Hatchets take over on their own 38-yard line. Bill Gordon on that left side, and Gordon is hit, and we're going to have a late flag here. After Gordon gets about 4, possibly 5 yards.
Well,
the flag was thrown after he was tackled.
Probably face mask more than a late hit, and that's what it's going to be.
They'll mark off the penalty here.
The harvest season is upon us, and the only place to go to make sure that your equipment is in top condition is Kotick Radiator at the east end of Bad Axe. They handle everything from agricultural equipment to semi-trucks and tractors to cars and trucks. And Kotick Radiator has new and record radiators and heaters, new gas tanks, cooling systems, and air conditioning. Kotick Radiator has 3 full-time radiator repairmen with over 50 years combined experience. And Kotick Radiator will meet or beat anyone's price. That's Kotick Radiator at the east end of Bad Axe, 110 North Street, or call 269-7101. That's 269-7101.
First down, and Bad Axe goes to the air for the very first time, and they complete the pass.
Brad Maurer made the hit, and the receiver is number 29. And I know it's not J.D. Festivio, because he's going to be one of my halftime guests. So I'm not sure who it is, but maybe we'll find out who it might be. Derek says he kind of, Scott Bentline, that's who it is. Okay.
They changed the number on us.
Yes.
Up over the middle, and again, they'll come right back this time with Rosenthal. Rosenthal on that right side, and he gets a couple of yards. Worked hard for those.
Yeah, and Maurer initial hit for the Ubly Bearcats, and Kumanopker finishing up. As it's now 2nd and 8, the Bad Axe Hatchets are deep into the Ubly territory, about the 27-yard line.
2nd down and 8 situation. London calling out his signals once again. And again, right up the middle.
Rosenthal running hard that time, and he almost broke it loose.
Yep, got down inside the 15, and there's another Hatchet first down. They're on the move here late in this first quarter.
A couple of 3 Bearcats had a hold of him, and he burst through, but he couldn't maintain his balance, and he went to the turf. But it's 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Right on the 15-yard line.
Another first down for the Bad Axe Hatchets. Again, they'll try that left side and come back with Rosenthal again. Rosenthal gets it down to about the 12. That's a pickup of 3 more.
Well, Haleski almost timed it, got in there. He had a hold of London and Rosenthal, and he didn't know which one had the football. London finally gave way, and Rosenthal had it, and Haleski finally brought him down, but after a couple of yards.
Well, they're gearing on Gordon, so they've gone now to Rosenthal. They got a flanker off wide on the right side. That is Ventline. And again, they come with the trap right up the middle and down to the 2-yard line. Gordon with a 1st and goal to go now for the Bad Axe Hatchets.
Chris Messing and Tony Guzza, that's it. Tony Guzza for the Ubly Bearcats. But it's goal to goal for the Hatchets here.
Well, it's closer to the 2, but it's 1st and goal to go from just inside the 2-yard line. The Hatchets have 4 shots here to punch it in this first quarter.
And there it is.
There it is, the touchdown.
Rosenthal, I believe.
Guy Rosenthal. And they opened a hole off on left tackle, and he takes it in 6 yards.
Derek says it was Bill Gordon. Well, it's 34, so...
Bill Gordon.
Bill Gordon came in the left side and punched it in, so the Bad Axe go on top. First time the kid's been right all year.
6-0 Hatchets lead with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. They'll go for 2 here.
They go split to the left or flank to the left. Tight ends are in.
Flag on the
flag
play.
is going to bring that one back. I think we had a little motion, illegal shift here by one of the running backs. So we're going to, the referee threw the flag. So that's what's going to happen here.
Legal procedure against back.
Yeah, they'll bring it back out now to the 7, a 5-yard penalty. They'll have to try the conversion attempt from here. 6-0 Hatchets lead in the first quarter, 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to play, and a Bill Gordon touchdown, 2-yard run officially on the stat sheet.
It's official? Is it 2 yards, Jerry? Oh. I thought it was closer to 1 than 2, but all right.
Venline spread wide on the left side. Looks like he'll try to pass to him for the extra point, and he does, but it is going to be overthrown, incomplete. But Bad X leads 6-0 here in the first quarter.
Jerome and Beverly Pulaski, the owners of Whitey's Restaurant and Lounge in downtown Ubly, invite you in for a bite to eat or just stop in and meet your friends. Whitey's offers a full luncheon menu with homemade soups and daily specials. Every Friday, enjoy their fish fry with pan-fried lake perch. And don't forget Whitey's famous homemade pizza, served from 4 until midnight. Eat in or take it out. Open bowling available on the weekends. Call for best times. Whitey's Banquet Room also available to book your parties or meetings. Whitey's Restaurant and Lounge in downtown Ubly.
We're still in the first quarter with the score. The Bad Axe Hatchets 6, the Ubly Bearcats nothing.
And it still hasn't gotten any warmer here.
No.
No.
I think that's why you've seen so many fumbles tonight.
Yeah, and the wind is still brisk coming out of the west. And the Bad Axe Hatchets will be kicking with the wind at their back. They just scored.
Mike here getting ready to kick off for the Bad Axe Hatchets. And it's a good booming kick. That's going to be fielded by the Ubly Bearcats back inside the 5-yard line and coming straight up the middle. Breaking a tackle. The Bearcats now are going to get the ball to midfield. It'll be Krumanacher. Krumanacher goes into Hatchet's territory down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was twisting and turning, stumbling and rumbling down that left side, but we got a yellow parachute way back here at the 15-yard line. They're going to bring it back, and it's going to be half the distance, and they're going to be at the 10-yard line. A beautiful run there by Krumanacher, and of course, he stepped out of bounds, and just before he stepped, there was a little bitty step on out of bounds. He was twisting and turning, and he ran out of gas. He finally got knocked down. When he fell down, the football came loose. And at that point, it didn't make any difference because we're going all the way back here.
The play didn't happen.
The play didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
But it was good, though. It was exciting.
I was watching Krumanacher. I didn't even see the flag.
Oh, yeah, I saw it go. It's just a case of, it wasn't one of these things. He threw it out right away as soon as he saw the play, as the Krumanacher went to burst up the middle and then cut it to the outside to the left as the parachute went up. So the Bearcats are all the way back down to their 9-yard line.
Yeah.
Trailing 6-0 here.
That, in essence, becomes a much larger penalty. And up the middle, Barry Haleski for a couple, but that's all.
Tom Austin on the hit for the Bad Axes. Picked up a couple yards, a quick trap up inside, but they couldn't get Austin out of the way. He wouldn't have nothing to do. He waited right in the hole and grabbed a hold of Haleski by the leg. Of course, he was able to get a couple yards out of the play.
Jeff Mullen into the backfield for the first time for the Ubly Bearcats in this football game.
Legault, Walsh, and as soon as he turns around here,
Haleski, the carrier.
Gordon on the hit for the Hatchets.
Well, he got about 6 yards on the play, so it is going to be third or second down. They're going to bring the chains in here. We'll be back.
If you've been thinking about a new kitchen or want your present one modernized, it is to your advantage to rely upon a professional company with experienced expert designers and installation men to give you that top job you're entitled to every time. The experts at D&M Cabinet Shop are a certified dealer and installer of the durable and beautiful Korean products. The three-dimensional computer will show you exactly how your finished room will look. The cabinet business is their only business, not a sideline. With over 25 years' experience, D&M Cabinet Shop, 6.5 miles east of M19 on Purdy Road.
Didn't get it. Third and one. Didn't get it.
Now we're finding out that Marv kind of gave up the ghost and putting the pressure on Bill Freoter. He's supposed to be doing the clock, but he chickened out.
Up the middle, Bearcats. Barry Haleski gets the first down, plenty to spare as he gets about 3 yards up the middle. First down, Bearcats.
Chickened out, or the smart one of the bunch. We don't know here as the Bearcats get a first down.
Ubly on their own 23-yard line. Just a little over a minute left to play in the first quarter. 6-0. The Bad Axe Hatchets lead.
the Ubly Bearcats.
Well, Bill says he kind of keeps down and distant and all that. They kind of share the duties. Chrisford and Austin making a hit for the Hatchets here as they go off the left side and waltz.
Messing with the ball for
Messing was the ball carrier for about 2.
Matt Chrisford and Tom Austin on stop for that end. Second base.
Well, the fans are getting restless down here. They're shouting out plays now for the Bearcats.
Ubly was moving the ball early in this ball game, got it down to the 14, and then fumbled it away. It looked like they were going to take the early lead. And again, they go Wazerski. Wazerski on the right side. Gene only gets about a yard before he's
Jeff
set back.
Clark, submarine to play for the Bad Axe Hatchets, Tom, and did a nice job of stopping the play. And the Hatchets called timeout because they want the Bearcats to kick into the wind.
For all of your floor covering needs, it's Ubly Floor Covering, your authorized dealer for Lee's for Life Carpet, certified by DuPont and featuring warranties against stains. Ubly Floor Covering also carries Mannington, Concoleum, and Queen. And when the time comes that you decide that you need new carpeting, be sure to stop in and see Dennis and Ann Badger at Ubly Floor Covering in Ubly. And good luck to the Bearcats in tonight's game.
Stay on track with custom-engineered running boards from Sun Country Auto Centers in Ubly, starting as low as $99. All boards offer a custom fit for your truck cab and full-length applications. Sun Country is your headquarters for rust-proofing. Keep your truck bed clean, dry, and secure with tonneau covers from Sun Country Auto Centers. They carry a wide variety of styles, including soft, hard, and hinged models to keep your equipment high and dry, with lockable covers available for added security. It's all waiting for you and your vehicle at Sun Country Auto Centers in Ubly.
Bauer takes it around on that left side and a keeper, but he is brought down after a gain of about 3.
Bill Gordon, and I think they want a timeout to stop the clock, and they do, and now the Bearcats will have to kick because this will be 4th down.
6 seconds left.
WLEW.
Bauer again with a keeper coming up on the left side, and he is dropped with 1 second to go here in the first quarter.
Well, that was a big gamble by Coach Jerry Earp because it was 4th and 2, and he ran with the quarterback sweep the same play. And the Bearcats picked up the 1st down, and of course that's the end of the first quarter.
Well, time has run out on the first quarter of action here at the Ubly Bearcats field with the score. At the end of the first quarter, the Hatchets Bad Axe 6 and the Bearcats nothing.
The year-end closeout sale is on at Bukowski Chevrolet Pontiac and Ubly. The lowest prices of the year are here. We must make room for the 94s. Nothing held back, no reasonable offer refused. With every new or used car purchase, you will be eligible to win 2 round-trip tickets anywhere in the world Northwest Airline flies. Bukowski Chevrolet Pontiac and Ubly. The guaranteed lowest prices, the largest selection, excellent service, and a friendly sales staff. Why in the world would you buy anywhere else?
We got a position change here for the Hatchets, and 50 we've been calling Matt Chrisford most of the night is now Jordan Caribou. So scratch all that whenever you hear Chrisford. There's been actually Caribou out there making the hits for the Hatchets. Now we got that all straight. Let's see what else happens. And right up the middle here goes.
It'll be a 1st down and more for Haleski into Hatchet territory all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Shane Legault made the hit for the Hatchets as he burst up through the middle, but then we got a flag back here. And let's see what happens here if we got a clip again against the Ubly Bearcats. The officials will talk to one another, and they're going to talk to who? says, well, the play's over here, and this is what's happened, and there's no flag, he'll pick it up. So that's what happened.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen. I wish they'd do that a lot of times. It didn't happen.
The inadvertent flag.
Right.
We'll have to have Jim Bollenbacher on to explain that sometime.
Yeah, but how, apparently they don't have the Jim Bollenbacher ruler there where you're supposed to stick that flag deep into your pocket so you can't find it.
You know what game this crew has got tonight? They've got the Croswell-Lex Inkster game.
Oh, baby. That's
the game they're officiating tonight.
Wow. Good luck.
Ubly at the 35 of the Bad X Hatchets. Mullet for about 9 to the 26. His
Waltz
carry.
and Gordon on the hit for the Bad X Hatchets.
Waltz and Bill Gordon on the stop for Bad X. Second 2.
Mullet, just a little fella, went blasted through there, and of course Gordon and Waltz, probably 400 pounds together, bringing him down.
I brought a cup of coffee up here, Ron, and I got so busy it got cold on me.
The little ice cube in it?
Yeah. Messing up the middle, and they opened a hole for him, and Messing just followed his left guard, and he's got another first down.
Waltz on the hit for the Hatchets. So the Bearcats on the move again. The second time they've gotten down in there. We won't mention what they did in the first time.
They're at the 18-yard line of the Bad Axe Hatchets. We have just started the second quarter. The Hatchets lead the Bearcats by a score of 6-0, but Ubly is mounting another threat here.
Up the middle, Husky again, and he ran into Caribou, I believe.
Alesky to the 15-yard line with it.
No, it was Bill Gordon he ran into. Gordon playing middle linebacker for the Hatchets.
It was going to be a second down, and officially we call it 2nd and 7 coming up for the Ubly Bearcats. We've just started the second quarter. Ubly headed to the 14 when the first quarter. They fumbled it away. They've had 3 turnovers so far tonight, 2 by Ubly, 1 by Bad Axe. On a keeper now. Maurer tries that right side, but they diagnose it, and Maurer's only going to get about a yard to the 14.
Well, on the bottom there is number 77, Jeff Bismack on the hit for the Bad Axe Hatchets, and then the rest of them help swarm to bring them down.
For Ubly, the ball is just inside the 15-yard line.
So it's 3rd and 6 here. Will the Bearcats go to the air?
No, not
no,
here.
he says.
No.
I say yes, they will go to the air. Derek says he don't know.
Neffels comes out now. That's Andy Neffel to center the ball for the Ubly Bearcats. Big 3rd down and 6 situation at the 14. Is it off to Messing? He's got the money run on that left side. Messing is up to 10. 5. Touchdown. Ubly. We're tied at 6.
All he did was fake the dive play off to the left side. Everybody's motion was going to the right. And then when he broke the tackle on that left side, it was off to the races, and Messing puts the Ubly Bearcats on the board, and it's now 6-6.
Touchdown coming with 9:33 to play here in the first half, and we're all even Steven. The Bearcats now will go for the 2-point conversion attempt here.
They come out
They're
with...
going to kick it.
Yep. It's a fake, Derek says. We'll see. Yeah, you can see Kumanacher moving already. And now he throws it, and it's incomplete.
9:33 to go in the first half, but we're now tied.
There's only one place to shop for quality Lazy Boy rocker recliners, McAlpine Furniture, because a truckload of Lazy Boy rocker recliners has just arrived at McAlpine Furniture in Bad Axe. And they have over 50 chairs in stock and on sale starting at only $299. See the new styles now in stock. Kick back and covered in a Lazy Boy rocker recliner from McAlpine Furniture. Remember, McAlpine Furniture has free delivery. The road to savings is at McAlpine Furniture, 1 block north of the post office in Bad Axe. And everyone at McAlpine Furniture hopes you enjoy tonight's game.
Nice drive by the Bearcats to get the equalizer. They were driving in the first quarter run when they fumbled it away, but then the Hatchets got 6 on the Ubly turnover. And now the Bearcats get the equalizer.
Well, Brad Maurer gets set to kick here. He got a knuckleball off to the right side there. Took a bounce as Ventline picks it up.
The Ventline is only going to get a couple of yards out to about the 25. Did some fancy shuffling out there, but the defense just swarmed on it.
Jason Badger on the hit for the Bearcats, and take it over on their 30-yard line.
9:28 to go. First half of the football game, 6-6 tie between the Ubly Bearcats and the Bad Axe Hatchets. Bearcats have just come back with the equalizer.
Hatchets go split left.
Hatchets at their own 25-yard line. Quick dive play off inside. Rosenthal, but he was hit after a gain of only 1.
Dan Maurer upended him, and I'll tell you, it was like head over tea kettle and hold on to the football as Rosenthal was upended.
Boy, he gets up off the ground, walks back to the huddle, and said, "Did anyone get the license number?"
I don't think they did in that one.
No. Second down, and
the Maurer boys being inside linebackers there for the Bearcats as they go around this right side here again.
Come back again with another trap play, but only for about 3 yards. Bill Gordon been their most effective runner.
Number 71 again on the hit. Dan Maurer and the host Ubly Bearcats.
Did the concession stand send up any popcorn? Here's Marv.
Oh, Marv, did you bring up the popcorn?
Sure,
Marv is always right. Did you bring the popcorn?
Third down and 6 coming
he's
up.
He's so excited he ran in here when they scored the touchdown. Otherwise, he probably would have never showed up.
Bill Gordon again on a quick inside head trap, and he gets about 2 out to a 34-yard line.
Marv's out of breath. We got to give him a chance to catch his breath. You got to climb these 3 flights of stairs. Marv says he's going to put an elevator in next year. I wonder if there's going to be those rope kind where you climb up the outside.
It's a long ways up here, because I know I got here about 6 o'clock and started lugging this equipment up, Ron. Where were you at 6 o'clock?
We were on the way. We were thinking about staying warm, weren't we, Derek? You betcha.
Oh, it's going to be a bad snap, and they're never going to get it off. And on the punt, the Hatchets are going to be down at the 22. Ubly will again have very good field position.
Well, you have to remember you got the wind when you're snapping the football, and that sailed. I believe Bismack was the snapper, and of course they couldn't bring it down, and by the time he got a handle on it, the Ubly Bearcats swarmed.
Bad break here for the Hatchets because the Bearcats now have it at the 22. Maurer tucks it in off on that left side. He gets a couple of key blocks. Maurer spins away from one man to the 15-yard line. About a 7-yard pickup.
Ventline and Legault on the hit for the Hatchets.
2nd and 3 coming up for the Ubly Bearcats at the 15-yard line of the Bad Axe Hatchets. 7:02 left to play in the first half of the 6-6 tie.
Do you notice how quiet it was in the press box until the Marv Wright got here?
Now we'll get some action.
Yeah, we get some action going. Either down in the booth or up here. I don't know.
Bearcats are moving again. Boy, right up the middle. It's going to be a 15-yard touchdown run. Nobody tells you. Terry Haleski right up the middle, and the Bearcats go up on the Hatchets 12-6 with 6:43 to go in the first half.
Well, the Bearcats capitalized on the miscue. Bad snap by the Bad Axe Hatchets, and they go up top 12-6 with 6:43 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, we know what Bearcat team showed up tonight, don't we, Ron?
Yeah.
The offensive one.
Yeah, well, Marv is saying, I've been here 5 minutes and nobody scored 2 touchdowns. Where's he been all year?
Well, we were here a month ago and they didn't score, and he was up all night. They'll go for the 2-point conversion. Maurer on that left side spins in. He's got it. And the Bearcats go up 14-6 here in the first half.
Just what does the largest inventory of radiators in Huron County mean to you? It means shorter repair time when you need your radiator replaced. At Bad Axe Radiator, you get 10 years experience in repair and replacement of aluminum and plastic parts. R134A Freon available. Their high volume reduces the price for you. With harvest season upon us, it's good to know Bad Axe Radiator can handle your combine repair. Just stop in at Bad Axe Radiator 3/4 of a mile west of Bad Axe or call 269-9611. That's Bad Axe Radiator 269-9611.
6:43 to go in the first half. Our score is 14-6. The Bearcats have come from a 6-point deficit to take the lead. Brad Maurer getting set to kick off to the Bad Axe Hatchets.
Yeah, of course.
Now it's the Hatchets who have to work out of a deficit here in this first half. Long time to go yet in this football game.
Clark on the return, and he exercises the reverse. And there he goes. Well, we got a little flip action over. Oh! Ding!
Gives it off to Tad McKenzie.
Oh, another flag. I don't believe it, folks. The best hit of the night, and he threw a flag on it. He wasn't out of bounds yet. Chris Messing just decked the kid. Legal hit. But he says, I got a flag back over there. And now this official says, get all them players back. Marv is just standing here puzzled. Bill Piotr's stunned, and the other ones are just saying, I don't believe it. I don't either, folks. You had to be here to see it.
Well, they'll sort this all out, but
never
I don't think this official here has got his flag deep into the pocket. That was a beautiful hit there by Messick.
You usually agree with the officials, too, Ron. I've never seen you get that excited over a call.
Oh, no, I like the hit.
Mm-hmm.
That was
No, we're not questioning. You're questioning the call of the official.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it. He's picking it up, though. He was saying he's out of bounds when they hit him, but that was really close, let me tell you. They're going to take this one back here, though.
6:34 to go in the first half. 14-6, the Ubly Bearcats lead the Bad Axe Hatchets on the final night of the regular high school campaign.
They gave both penalties each way here.
Yep, offsetting.
And it was marked off against Ubly for unsportsmanlike conduct. The ball is being spotted first and 10.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Ubly. Well, it'd be Bad Axe ball at the 30-yard line.
Well, the Ubly Bearcats just took it away from Jeremy London.
Yep.
And the
Bearcats turnover. I don't know how London lost that ball, but they just stripped it away from him, Ron.
Well, he was trying to option off to Gordon, and Gordon was hanging on the football, so London had a terrible time pulling it out. By the time he pulled it out, even Marv Wright could have taken it away from him, and the kid from Ubly stole it. So the Bearcats got momentum on their side here.
Well, we're in the first half. 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go. And the Bearcats get the ball back here. This is the third time now the Hatchets have turned it over. Maurer back to pass now on first down. Lobs it up on the right side, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Jason Badger, by about 5 yards.
We got a flag over there again as we're getting more than these we've had all year.
Oh, I tell you.
Yeah. We're going to call this the flag show at Ubly. We're going to get a pin of place mask against the Bad Axe Hatchets, and Coach Earp was almost out there trying to tell him how to call it. But he better stay over there. He's going to get one.
Well, it's 5 flags over Ubly tonight, I guess, is what the theme of this game is, because they've been flying very frequently.
I guess.
And they don't even have a roller coaster.
No. Well, they do have a tower, though. Oh, yeah. I mean, you want to look down straight, you be standing back quick like I do. And we got a timeout here as they want to settle down the troops.
We'll be back.
Every small town has that favorite place to go for a cup of coffee and to catch up on the latest news around town. In Ubly, that place is Pat's Restaurant. They're always there, morning or afternoon, with a cup of coffee and a friendly greeting. And Pat's Restaurant serves up quick and tasty meals to your order. Pat's Restaurant may be small, but they know how to put out the food, quick, tasty, and to your satisfaction. Pat's Restaurant in Ubly wants you to enjoy tonight's game. And go Bearcats!
Interest rates on your loans weighing you down, you can lighten the load with a low-interest home equity credit line called the Home Asset Account from Eastern Michigan Bank. When you consolidate your higher-rate loans, such as credit card bills or auto loans, into one low-rate home asset account, you'll save money every month by reducing the amount of interest you pay. Visit Eastern Michigan Bank in Croswell, Deckerville, Lakeport, Lexington, Minden City, Port Huron, and Sandusky, and lift the weight of high rates off your shoulders. Equal housing lender.
6:02 to go in the first half. Fumble. Maurer picked it back up and went straight ahead after the fumble for about a yard. Down to the 14.
And Brad Maurer touched his knee down.
He just sort of, when he touched his knee to the ground in high school football, you're down.
Lost the one on the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 as they're on the Hatchets 15-yard line.
You can't advance it. He did, but they brought it back out to the 16. 2nd and 10 to go for the Bearcats from that position. Up on top of the Bad Axe Hatchets, 14-6.
Jeff Misbach on the hit for the Hatchets as they went off the right side and got a hold of, I believe it was Wazurski.
Gene Wazurski, number 42, to about the 11.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 7. 6.
5:15 to go in the first half.
And Mullet
down inside the 5. Touchdown. Well, they should have had Mullet back at about the 2 or 3, but somehow he broke through.
Well, they had 2 or 3 shots on him on the right side, but he fouled his blocking Maurer right in the hole, and it was easy. As the Bad Axe Hatchets couldn't bring him down until he hit the turf in the end zone.
Mullet went the last 2 yards through the air. I'll tell you, he was tripped up and going down, but he found them wings, and
That puts 20 up on the board now for the Ubly Bearcats. They go up 20-6 with 5:02 left in the first half. They'll go for two here.
And
up the middle.
Didn't make it.
Not get it. Wazerski is stopped short. 5:02 to go. But the Bearcats now lead 20-6.
Most drivers are careful about changing their oil. Now, that's good. But it still leaves a couple dozen other problems that the qualified technicians at Ubly Motors can help you take care of. Things like checking your brakes, ignition system, transmission fluid, and a tire check. Ubly Motors now has a high-speed wheel balancing machine that gives a true and accurate balancing of your tires. And that gives you a smoother, safer ride. When it's time for the best deal on a new or used car, talk to Mike Warner and his staff at Ubly Motors on Main Street in Ubly.
Bauer, like he's going to get tired from all this kicking, Ron.
I think so, but he's got the wind at his back right now. It looks like he's going to angle kick it. We'll see what happens here. Oh!
Ball fell off the tee.
No, he mishit
kicked
it.
off the tee.
He mishit it. You call that a whiff, folks, and he whiffed it.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what the officials say now. He did hit the top half part of the ball when he whiffed it, but we'll see what the officials out there.
It's got to be Bad X ball at that position.
Well, yeah. Nobody downed it, though. They just blew the whistle.
First and 10 for Bad X.
Yeah. And, they're going to down it right there for him, so that downed everything. So, well, the Bearcats picked it up, so that officially downs it. That's why the whistle. There we go. Yeah. We got that straight. We didn't even need Marv's help in that one.
That was about a half-a-foot punt. Bill Gordon, quick dive, down to about the 37.
Dan Maurer on the hit for the Bearcats.
Suzanne will have 5 minutes of news at halftime. Then Ron will have some guests.
Yeah, I do have some coming out, believe it or not. In this cold weather, there's still some people that will come up.
20-6 our score here, late in the first half of this game from the Ubly field.
Split right for the Hatchets, T formation. Inside trap again, and that's smothered by Bill Gordon. They just swarmed him.
Gordon lost a couple on that. Boy, they hit him.
Let's see, it's Dave Maurer and Dan Maurer, kind of 1-2 shot on Gordon. I think they've been assigned to him tonight. Wherever he goes, they go. That'd be smart anyway.
Yeah.
T formation again.
Rosenthal, right side, and we've got another flag. Rosenthal to the 33, but it hold everything, folks. Another flag.
This was on the outside here. We're not sure what this was all about. But I think somebody's going to, an illegal shift against the Hatchets. Well, they should have called it because I saw him kind of flinch out here, but he'd waited until the play was half start. Maybe he had the flag deep enough this time in his pocket.
Well, with 3:59 to go, still plenty of time for the Bad X Hatchets as they only trail by 14, 20-6.
The Bearcats decline and bring up a 4th and about 4.
County is declined by Elkins and brings up 4th down for the Hatchets.
You got to, what do? Do you go for it here, Coach?
Absolutely.
You go for it, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
4th and,
no use punting it.
No?
No.
Wide receiver, flanked wide on the right side for the Bad X Hatchets. At number 35, Corning. To see if Hatchets will go to the area. Yeah, he's going to look for him, but he goes up over the middle, and he finds Ventline. It's going to result in a Hatchet touchdown. 35-yard touchdown pass from London to Ventline, and they caught the Bearcat defense napping on that one.
A beautiful pass there by London as he hit Ventline going right down the middle on a post pattern as Shane Legault went in motion to the left and drew the eyes to the defensive backs, and Ventline scooted right down the middle, and London hit him. And the Hatchets tack on 6 more and make it 20-12.
Well, they'll go for the 2 here. Got an 8-point spread right now. On that left side, Gordon, did he get in or not?
No, he didn't get in.
Did not make it. And with 3:31 to go here in the first half, the Hatchets close, though, to within 8. They trail 20-12.
For all of your floor covering needs, it's Ubly Floor Covering, your authorized dealer for Lee's for Life Carpet, certified by DuPont and featuring warranties against stains. Ubly Floor Covering also carries Mannington, Congoleum, and Queen. And when the time comes that you decide that you need new carpeting, Be sure to stop in and see Dennis and Ann Badger at Ubly Floor Covering at Ubly. And good luck to the Bearcats in tonight's game.
Bad X has just scored 6 more. They led early, 6-0. But then the Bearcats reeled off 20 consecutive points, and now on that muff kick, the Hatchets come right back at a key 4th down situation, and they strike oil.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful pass play, and of course he just got it over the safety's head because he was there, but he just ignored the receiver coming down because he was watching Legault go to the left, and he thought he was going to be the main man.
Split kick going to be fielded by the Ubly Bearcats at the 40-yard line. That'll be Essenmaker. Returns it across the 45 to the 47. That was 3:26, and their timeouts left. Bearcats got plenty of time yet.
Mike Apley and Jaron Caribou, I think, or Jordan Caribou. Well, let's see if Ubly can answer here as they have the momentum on their side, but they seem to be short a player, or they need a play here. Yeah, one of the Maurer boys was over here getting some gloves on. Still sort of nippy out there, must be. No snow falling yet.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning?
Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maurer, keeper on that right side. Maurer midfield into Hatchet territory, and he's brought down at the 46-yard line.
Bill Gordon on the hit as a messing Brad Maurer kept the ball and came around that right side, picked up about 6 yards.
Long first half with 2:37 left to go. 20-12. The Ubly Bearcats on top of the Bad Axe Hatchets. Friday night, the final week of the regular season. Maurer pitch out. Maurer's pitch out goes to number 74, Neffel.
Scott Bentline on the hit for the Bad Axe Hatchets as Maurer almost tripped and fell when he got out because one of the Maurer boys was pulling on the play, and he got in the way.
Well,
that being Brad Maurer, and he almost got drilled by one of his own players.
Neffel leading the way, and Messing hits it down to the 45.
Wing to the right, tight ends are in for Ubly, and he fumbled.
Maurer gets down on it, though, but they're going to lose a couple on that play.
Well, they're going for a pass play as they had 3 men in this zone over here.
It's going to be 4th down. 4th and 5. Mullet coming into the backfield now for the Bearcats of Ubly. Clock running with 1:35 left to play in the first half. Good game thus far.
Absolutely.
They'll go here with a 4th and 5 situation. Will they go to the air?
Wing to the right.
No, fumble again, and Maurer again had trouble with the ball, but he gets down on it, and he loses it back at the 48-yard line, his own 48-yard line, and he loses 4 more yards.
Well, the Bad Axe Hatchets have used 2 timeouts already in the first quarter trying to get the wind at their back, or the Bearcats to punt into the wind. So now the Ubly Bearcats are going to call timeout because they want to talk over defensively what they're going to do.
The Rubel Elevators are harvest ready with 4 convenient locations in Harbor Beach, Ubly, Cass City, and Snover. And they're helping area farmers make their operations more profitable with competitive prices on all farm crops and all farm chemicals, seeds, and fertilizers. The Rubel Elevators would like to wish both teams good luck in tonight's game. And farmers, remember, when you need the competitive edge in your operation, your answer should be the Rubel Elevators of Harbor Beach, Ubly, Cass City, and Stover. Harvest season or any season, the Rubel Elevators are there when you need them.
Randy's Hunting Center is bigger and better than ever. The largest hunting facility in the Thumb area is now open in Bad Axe. Randy's Hunting Center, offering hunters the largest selection and the lowest prices anywhere on rifles, pistols, shotguns, and archery equipment. Bow hunters, Randy has everything you need for the hunt. Hundreds of bows, broadheads, sights, arrows, quivers, releases, portable tree stands, and more. Randy's Hunting Center can professionally tune your bow so your arrows fly true. Now open at Randy's Hunting Center. A big indoor pistol range and full-size archery range. Get it done right the first time at Randy's Hunting Center, located at the corner of M142 and M19, just east of Bad Axe. Open noon to 10 p.m. weekdays, Saturday 10 to 5, and Sunday 1 to 5.
Well, London comes right back on the first down and lost a long one again to Ventline, and it was tipped around, and Ventline was falling to the ground, but couldn't bring that one in.
Well, Ventline had it, and he just couldn't bring it in as the safety, Brad Bowers, over there this time covering him, and he jarred him just enough to not be able to control the football, and it goes incomplete.
Hatchett's first down at the 49-yard line of the Ubly Bearcats. Just a minute to go, and we've got flags all over the place again. He lost another one downfield, and it tipped away, but 1, 2, I see 3 flags out there this time.
Well, everybody that had a flag here in the line of scrimmage lost it, as they had two receivers. In Canada, you can do that, folks, but over here in the United States, you can't have 2 offensive players moving at the same time. So that's going to cost them 5 yards. Of course, now I think they got the choice. They can decline and make 3rd and 10 here, as we have 58 seconds left on the clock. But they're going to take it and have them be 2nd and 15 this time.
Suzanne will have 5 minutes of news for you at the end of this first half, and then Ron with his guest. 20-12. I'll play with the lead. Hatchett's 2nd down and 15 from their own 44-yard line. London back to pass up over the middle. Incomplete again.
Gordon trying for the pass as they tried to hit the halfback, and Jason Badger was there to cover for the Ubly Bearcats. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 15 for the Hatchet, and that only took 5 seconds.
53 seconds on the clock. 3rd down and 15 coming up for the Bad X Hatchets. Well, they struck from the air quickly last time. They'd like to get that another touchdown and a conversion and go to the locker room even Steven.
Well, they got to get a first down here first.
In motion now, Rosenthal on that right side. London rolling around on that right side, looking to pass. Gets it away, but it'll again be incomplete, as he was looking for Rosenthal down that right sidelines and just overthrew him.
Yeah, just overshot him on the right. He could have ran for about at least 10 and made it interesting, but he decided to go for the pass, and he overshot Rosenthal, so it'll bring up a 4th down here. So let's see if the Hatchets punt it or go for it, as 46 seconds left. Mars says, let's go for it, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to go for it.
That just took 7 more seconds off the clock. It's 4th and 15.
Well, they ran it on the ground with Gordon on the carry, and
goes for a couple yards.
Ubly calls a timeout here.
40 seconds to go.
Professional service on your car or truck. See the certified mechanics at Dunk's Garage in Ubly. The mechanics at Dunk's Garage have been servicing cars and trucks in the Thumb area since 1956. From major overhauls to brakes, shocks, tires, tune-ups, and oil changes. Dunk's Garage is the place to have it done and done right. Remember to have the folks at Dunk's Garage check your belts and hoses before the cooler weather arrives. For the best up-to-date mechanical service for your car or truck, see the pros at Dunk's Garage on the corner of M19 and Main Street at the Light in Ubly. Call 658-2300. That's 658-2300. The harvest season is upon us, and the only place to go to make sure that your equipment is in top condition is Catic Radiator at the east end of Bad X. They handle everything from agricultural equipment to semi-trucks to tractors to cars and trucks. And Catic Radiator has new and record radiators and heaters, new gas stations, cooling systems, and air conditioning. Catic Radiator has 3 full-time radiator repairmen with over 50 years combined experience. And Catic Radiator will meet or beat anyone's price. That's Catic Radiator at the east end of Bad X, 110 North Street, or call 269-7101. That's 269-7101.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
No!
And up inside, and that is going to be about a 3-yard loss.
Almost a cha-ching, but I can't quite give it as...
Wazerski took the hit for a 2-yard loss back at his own 49-yard line. 2nd down and 12 coming up for the Bearcats. 20 seconds to go. They'll probably get one more playoff here, and it'll probably be a Bauer pass.
I would think they would go to the air here.
13 seconds, 12 seconds to go. Bauer back in the pocket, looks up over the middle for Mullen, and it is almost intercepted in and out of the hands of Legault, but he couldn't bring it in.
Well, he went up with one hand. He should have went up with 2, but maybe it's a little too cold to bring up 2. I don't know.
Stops the clock with 6 seconds to go. It's going to be a 3rd and 12 coming up for the
Ubly Bearcats 20-12. Bearcats on top by 8. The biggest lead was 20-6, a 14-point lead. FedEx led early, 6-0.
And then 20 straight unanswered points by the Bearcats before the Bad Axe Hatchets got back on the board. Oh, they got the superintendent play in now. Boy, here it comes.
3rd down and 12. 6 seconds to go before halftime. Bauer.
Yep, superintendent.
Go, yep.
Forgot
the inside messing, and the reverse out it goes this time to Wazerski. Runs out of bounds, but time runs out at the end of the first half with the score. The Ubly Bearcats leading the Bad Axe Hatchets 20-12.
Emily Pulaski, the owners of Whitey's Restaurant and Lounge in downtown Ubly, invite you in for a bite to eat, or just stop in and meet your friends. Whitey's offers a full luncheon menu with homemade soups and daily specials. Every Friday, enjoy their fish fry with pan-fried lake perch. And don't forget Whitey's famous homemade pizza, served from 4 until midnight. Eat in or take it out. Open bowling available on the weekends. Call for best times. Whitey's banquet room also available to book your parties or meetings. Whitey's Restaurant and Lounge in downtown Ubly.
If you've been thinking about a new kitchen or want your present one modernized, it is to your advantage to rely upon a professional company with experienced expert designers and installation men to give you that top job you're entitled to every time. The experts at D&M Cabinet Shop are a certified dealer and installer of the durable and beautiful Korean products. The three-dimensional computer will show you exactly how your finished room will look. The cabinet business is their only business, not a sideline.
With the Bearcats on top at halftime, 20-12. Over the Bad Axe Hatchets. We're going to have more for you at halftime, but right now we're going to go back to our Bad Axe studios, and Suzanne Carey is standing by with the halftime news. Sue? Complex 20-12 is our halftime score. The Bad Axe Hatchets went on top 6-0 early in the football game. The Bearcats came rolling back with 20 consecutive points. They took their biggest lead at 14, 20-6. And then the Hatchets, on an Ubly miscue, again put 6 more on the board. They had a chance to maybe come up with the equalizer late in the first half, but it didn't happen. The Bearcats an 8-point lead. Ron, you've got some halftime guests.
All right, our first-time halftime guest here, 1340, brought to you by your Real Country Station, your sports voice of the thumb here as I get my mic all set. And we'll have this young lady introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Denise Cook.
And Denise, what extracurricular activity are you involved in?
I play basketball.
And for the varsity?
Yes.
And how are you doing so far this year?
We're doing good. We're first place in the TCC right now.
Okay, and how many league games do you have left?
We have Deckerville, Sandusky, and Reese.
Boy, and where do you play Deckerville?
Home, Reese home, and Sandusky away.
Okay, so you got your hands full, and at least 2 out of the 3. And where do you play Reese?
Reese is home.
Reese is home, so they got to come to you a little bit, but you got 3 tough ball games there to try to nail it down. How many game lead do you have in the TCC?
We have a 2-game lead over everybody.
Okay, and Denise, where do you play?
I'm a guard, small forward.
Guard and small forward. Hey, the first time I've had a small forward. Now, what does a small forward do?
We kind of just help out underneath, and we're a guard up above to bring up the ball.
I see. And your coach for Ubly is who?
Mr. Gus Rucker.
Okay. And who are some of the other starters on the varsity basketball team?
Sue Prutsky, Sherry Pawlowski, Jody McCarty, and Sharon Knabe.
Okay. And Denise, where do you like to shoot the basketball?
From the wing.
From the wing. Now, whereabouts on the wing? Do you like to go outside that stripe, or you like it anywhere?
Anywhere.
Anywhere in the wing. So you're more of a shooting forward. Do you like rebounding and play defense?
Yes, I like playing rough.
Oh, you like playing rough. I didn't know the girls over here at Ubly played rough. Oh, the cheerleading coach back here yelling, oh, ooh. We'll have to find out what that means when we talk to one of her Chargers. So now, Denise, what is one of your most favorite drills in practice you like to do?
A 5-on-5 drill, continuous.
Is that, continuous fast break? Boy,
Yep.
all the girls seem to like that in the area. I didn't know girls like to run up and down the floor all the time. Is that something that the girls are getting accustomed and like to do now?
It helps when you get out in the game. It helps you run, get your momentum up, and just like that.
Well, who do you play Tuesday?
We play Deckerville home Tuesday.
Deckerville home. Well, folks, we want to make sure you get out and see the Ubly girls. They play Deckerville Tuesday, and they have a 2-game lead in the TCC. So come on out and see these girls. And Denise, thank you for being one of our guests.
Thank you.
All right, next to the hot seat is the one, I don't know if Coach Shaw back there is kind of protected. She says she can't go on the air because her voice is kind of bad, so we'll let that go at that. But this next young lady, as we get her all set in the mic, will you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Dana O'Connor.
And Dana, what extracurricular activity are you involved in?
I'm on the varsity cheerleading squad.
Now, how many cheerleaders do you have in your squad?
3.
3 at Ubly?
Yep.
What happened over here to the cheerleading squad?
I have no idea.
And talking to Coach Shaw, she has no idea, but things are looking on the up. She came, I guess, about 3-4 weeks ago. She just became the Ubly cheerleading coach, and I understand she teaches first grade. And she says she's holding butt. Well, I'll let you tell me. What are you going to do to straighten this around now?
Hopefully get more people interested and expand our squad.
And how are you going to go about that? Coach Shaw tip you on how you're going to do this?
No.
She didn't?
Nope.
Well, she's going. She just fell down, folks. We're going to have to pick her up here. But I think she mentioned tryouts. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, they're having tryouts later in the year for basketball.
So if you're interested in cheerleading, you're going to have a tryout after the football season's over with, and try and get your squad expanded and get ready to go for the basketball season.
I hope so.
I hope so. And Dana, what grade you in? I forgot to ask Denise. Do you know what grade Denise was in?
She's a senior.
Oh, senior, mighty senior. And what grade is Dan in?
I'm a sophomore.
Oh, sophomore. And
Yep.
who was the other 2 girls on the cheerleading squad?
Kim Warchuk is a senior, and Christy Green is a sophomore.
Well, we want to wish you luck in expanding your squad and Coach Shaw, and we won't put her on the spot here, but maybe if she stays long enough, we'll get her on the air here. So we want to thank you and good luck to the Ubly Bearcat cheerleading squad.
Thanks.
All right. Derek, we want to bring you in and get the stats here. We have a few young men from the Bad Axe Hatchets. We'll keep her. Don't let her go, girls, in case we run out of. All right, Derek, our halftime stats is brought to you by WLAW, your real country station, your sports voice of the thumb. Derek, take it away on the stats.
For Bad Axe number 12, the quarterback Jeremy London had 6 passes for 47 yards and 1 run for 15 yards. Number 34, Bill Gordon, had 12 carries for 57 yards. Number 44, Jai Rosenthal, had 7 carries for 24 yards. Bad Axe had 2 fumbles and 5 penalties for 35 yards. For Ubly, the quarterback Brad Maurer, number 11, had 3 passes for no yards and ran 6 times for 18 yards. Number 24, Chris Messing, had 7 carries for 38 yards and 1 touchdown. 46, Perry Haleski, had 7 carries for 67 yards and 1 touchdown. Number 42, Gene Wisniewski, had 6 carries for 35 yards. Number 20, Jeff Mullet, had 2 carries for 19 yards and 1 touchdown run. Ubly had 2 fumbles and 2 penalties for 30 yards.
All right, thank you, Derek, for those stats, and we'll quickly switch the mic over here. And as he puts the headset on, and these young men, a couple of them have been helping me get the starting lineups, but this young man hasn't. I've been used to at least calling his name on the radio, but I'll let him introduce himself first.
JD Porter-Studio.
JD, how come you're not in uniform?
I got taken out earlier in the season and missed the last 3 games, so.
And what was the extent of the injury, JD?
I hurt my knee in practice, and I wasn't able to play the last 3 games.
Okay, and what grade are you in, JD?
I'm a junior.
Okay, so you got next year to look forward to and rehabilitate the injury somewhat. But JD, taking a look at the football game, what do you think of the Ubly Bearcats so far offensively, and how do you feel the Hatchets are going to do to stop that?
Ubly's running the ball pretty good. Our defense can stop them. I think our offense is going to really take it to them this half.
All right, and what do you think the Bad Axe Hatchets have to do here besides give the ball to Bill Gordon?
Well, offensive line has to block.
That's the key. If you don't get the line, and I know you're a running back, and I'm an old line coach, and I know you like to have those linemen do the job up there. Well, JD, we want to thank you for being one of our guests, and we're going to talk to another one here that was helping me, and is it Aaron? Chris, all right. Aaron didn't come up here, did he? He checking down here. All right, we got to make this real brief. And JD, thanks, and good luck to the Hatchets in the second half. All right, and you want to introduce yourself, young man?
Hi, I'm Chris Ranke.
And Chris, what extracurricular activity you involved in?
I just got done with JV football.
And did the JVs have a game this past week?
No, they didn't, because Ubly doesn't have a JV team.
Okay, and normally the Hatchets don't play their ninth dates, do they?
No.
On the JV squad. And what position do you play?
Running back.
And running back? And how's the offensive line look for the Bad Axe Hatchets in the future?
It looks pretty good. Next year we'll have a good offensive line and a good backfield.
And will you be moving up to the varsity next year?
Yes, I will.
Okay. And, of course, who's your JV coaches?
Jack Adams, and that's it.
Okay, he's the head coach for the Hatchets. Well, we want to thank you for our help getting the starting lineups for the year when we've come over there. You've been real gracious in giving us a starting lineup. Chris, we want to wish you good luck. And what are you going to be doing in the off season? Are you going to be doing any other extracurricular?
I'm going to start basketball.
Basketball. Okay, we want to wish you good luck in that, Chris, and we want to thank you for being our halftime guest. All right, that does it, folks. Our halftime show brought to you by 1340 on your dial. We'll be back to start the third quarter. Our venue, Ubly, Michigan. The Bad Axe Hatchets trail in this one. The Bearcats lead 20-12 as we get set to start the third quarter. We got the team switching ends here. The wind is still brisk. And it looks like the Bad Axe Hatchets are going to kick into the wind because they want the wind at their back in the fourth quarter, if I can get that out.
Yeah.
Because it still hasn't warmed up here, so we're enjoying a little bit of popcorn here in between our guests here.
Excellent popcorn. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, teams are back out on the field, and we are ready to get this one underway. Again, the third quarter is underway as the Hatchets kick it off to the Bearcats.
Gene
bobbled around Wazurski, and Wazurski got it up 35. He ran right away, and that's as far as he's going to get.
Well, he got tackled by a host of Bad Axe Hatchets there as they sort of gang tackled him a little bit as we get all set here.
A lot of flags in that first half. It was a long first half because of all the penalties. A lot of passing, too, incompleted passing, and we have just started the third quarter. 20-12 is our score. The Ubly Bearcats on top.
Normally, we're about halfway into the third quarter.
Yeah.
Right up the middle.
And it's a big gainer midfield for the Ubly Bearcats into Hatchet territory, and that is going to be a first down for the Ubly Bearcats with Gene again, Wazurski with a big gainer.
Well, he was shot out of there like a missile coming through, and if the blocker could have got out of the way, he might have got out in there where he could have got out into daylight there, but picked up 18 yards on the play, so it'll be a first down for the Bearcats, just crossed the 50-yard line.
Bauer to Messing. Messing left tackle for about 5 more down to the 42.
Walsh on the hit for the Bad Axe Hatchets.
A pick.
Every small town has that favorite place to go for a cup of coffee and to catch up on the latest news around town.
They have the ball. Now a first down situation at the 28-yard line of the Ubly Bearcats. Still plenty of time, but they need at least 3 scores to pull this one out. Pitch gets it to Gordon right side, but it results in about a 4-yard loss. Play very slowly developing.
Well, I believe Tony Guzza got good penetration there for the Ubly Bearcats, and then Wazurski and Maurer made the hit for the Bearcats, but London should have kept the ball and took a 2-yard loss, and he did get a lucky break as he shoveled the ball like a forward pass. What you can do that is that ends the third quarter here.
28-12, Bearcats lead.
Are high interest rates on your loans weighing you down? You can lighten the load with a low-interest home equity credit line called the Home Asset Account from Eastern Michigan Bank. When you consolidate your higher-rate loans, such as credit card bills or auto loans, into one low-rate home asset account, you'll save money every month by reducing the amount of interest you pay. Visit Eastern Michigan Bank in Croswell, Deckerville, Lakeport, Lexington, Minden City, Port Huron, and Sandusky, and lift the weight of high rates off your shoulders. Equal housing lender.
Most drivers are careful about changing their oil. Now, that's good. But it still leaves a couple dozen other problems that the qualified technicians at Ubly Motors can help you take care of. Things like checking your brakes, ignition system, transmission fluid, and a tire check. Ubly Motors now has a high-speed wheel balancing machine that gives a true and accurate balancing of your tires. And that gives you a smoother, safer ride. When it's time for the best deal on a new or used car, talk to Mike Warner and his staff at Ubly Motors on Main Street in Ubly.
Here we go with the start of the fourth quarter, 28-12, a 16-point lead. Ball handed off on the right side. Rosenthal breaks one tackle. Rosenthal down inside the 25. He is stopped at the 22-yard line. And he needs to get it to the 19.
Wazerski and the Maurer boys on the hit for the Bearcats.
We have just started the fourth stanza at Ubly. 11:40 to go in this one. Ubly with a 16-point lead. The Hatchets now have it a 3rd down and 4 situation. So credit Rosenthal with 9 yards on that carry. That's a big 3rd down situation, even though they're in 4th down. Oh, they're not going to get it that time. Off on that right side, Gordon, but he is thrown for a loss.
Oleski and Guza coming through on that side, on the left side. They almost got the handoff the same time Gordon did on the carry.
4th down and 6, so he loses 3 on the play. And the Hatchets down by 16 with just over 11 to go in the football game. They got to go for it here. Well, they don't pick it up here, Ron. You could probably say this one is over.
I'd say it's getting close, but they still got to play.
4th down and 6. See what the Hatchets come up with here. London is back to pass. In the pocket. Good protection over the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted by Mullet. And,
Maurer, number 71.
Flag on the play. Maurer with the interception.
Dan Maurer on the interception, and I believe you're going to have face mask. We'll wait and see how it unfolds, though, because with the yellow parachute is out again.
Dave Maurer
with the interception.
Yeah, it's going to be face mask against the Bad Axe Hatchet, so it's going to cost them 15.
15 yards against
Well,
face mask penalty.
We're to the point now where if you're Ubly, you just want to pick up some first downs and you want to keep that clock rolling.
Or score.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Well, if you score, it puts them in between stock and hard.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, sure, you can, but Maurer rolling out again. Maurer for about 5 as he comes out to the 46-yard line.
Bentline and Walsh on the hit for the Bad Axe Hatchet, but Maurer better keep that football tucked away. He come around that left side like he was carrying a loaf of bread. I thought Marv was going to go out and take a slice.
No, I think Marv's had a few sandwiches already today. Oh, I don't think so.
Hey, now listen here.
2nd and 5.
You treated us as popcorn. Now, I won't say that to him. I mean, he's standing right next to me.
I went down and got the first bag.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Here we go on that left side. It's going to be Wazerski. He's going to go down the sideline. He's at the 15. One man to beat. 10 touchdown. Ubly. Gene Wazerski with the
55-yard touchdown run by Gene Wazerski as he came off left tackle over there in behind Maurer and scooted all the way for 55 yards down that left side. And I believe it was LeGault that had a shot at him at the 10-yard line. He ticked his heels, and that was it. Wazerski continued on in and tacked up 6 more here as they can't get the clock straightened around. As Marv has got it messed up, folks. Only in Ubly can that happen.
They'll go for the 2-point conversion
and
attempt.
They got that.
Nessing gets the conversion attempt, and the Bearcats now go up on top by a score of 36-12.
For all of your floor covering needs, it's Ubly Floor Covering, your authorized dealer for Lee's for Life Carpet, certified by DuPont and featuring warranties against stains. Ubly Floor Covering also carries Mannington, Congoleum, and Queen. And when the time comes that you decide that you need new carpeting, be sure to stop in and see Dennis and Ann Badger at Ubly Floor Covering in Ubly. And good luck to the Bearcats in tonight's game.
The Rubel elevators are harvest ready with 4 convenient locations in Harbor Beach, Ubly, Cass City, and Snover. And they're helping area farmers make their operations more profitable with competitive prices on all farm crops and all farm chemicals, seeds, and fertilizers. The Rubel elevators would like to wish both teams good luck in tonight's game. And farmers, remember, when you need the competitive edge in your operation, your answer should be the Rubel elevators of Harbor Beach, Ubly, Cass City, and Snover. Harvest season or any season, the Rubel elevators are there when you need them.
I notice, again, folks over in Ubly, they have this celebration button on the scoreboard, but I also notice they have the last second on the scoreboard in the clock in the high school. All it costs is $50, I hear, for that computer chip. What did it cost, Marv, for this computer chip? Don't know. Okay, as Bad X has to go
London
for
to
it.
pass. Oh,
Beautiful catch.
Got it up at the 46-yard line. He
Bent line, and he fell on the football there, and he's got the wind knocked out of him, I believe, as he fell on the football after making a diving catch over on the left side. They're going to bring it up there, and they're going to call a timeout here until they get him off the field.
We'll be back.
Randy's Hunting Center is bigger and better than ever. The largest hunting facility in the Thumb area is now open in Bad Axe. Randy's Hunting Center, offering hunters the largest selection and the lowest prices anywhere on rifles, pistols, shotguns, and archery equipment. Bow hunters, Randy has everything you need for the hunt. Hundreds of bows, broadheads, sights, arrows, quivers, releases, portable tree stands, and more. Randy's Hunting Center can professionally tune your bow so your arrows fly true. Now open at Randy's Hunting Center. A big indoor pistol range and full-size archery range. Get it done right the first time at Randy's Hunting Center, located at the corner of M142 and M19, just east of Bad Axe. Open noon to 10 p.m. weekdays, Saturday 10 to 5, and Sunday 1 to 5.
London back to pass. Up over the middle. He gets his intended receiver down at the 30-yard line. It is complete.
Jason London on the catch for the Bad Axe Hatchets, as Chris Messing made the hit for the Ubly Bearcats. As the Hatchets moving quickly down here in striking distance, as they need 3 scores here. 3 times 8 is 24.
Yeah?
Yeah, 3
Just
scores.
for the tie.
And just for the tie, folks.
Oh. Actually, they need 4 scores.
To go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with 8:45 to go, not enough time.
Don't look like it.
Gordon, up the middle for 2.
Maurer on the tackle.
Dan J. Maurer on the tackle.
36-12, a 24-point lead for the Ubly Bearcats. Just a little over 8 minutes left in the football game. I'm not sure what Marv is trying to explain to you there.
I gave up after...
It must be the new math.
The new math over here in Ubly, and I know they need 3 touchdowns.
Rosenthal.
But what he's trying to say is they need 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points to tie, and another touchdown to go ahead. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference.
No, he said they need 7 scores.
Yeah.
They need 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know what he was trying to say.
2-point conversions, and another he knew what he was talking about.
Right. This is
He wasn't making much sense, but he did know what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
First down for the Bad Axe Hatchets. 7:52 to go.
And Maurer and Tony Guzza. Dan Maurer on the hit. Tony Guzza for the Ubly Bearcats, as London tried to pitch the ball, but he couldn't get rid of it.
It's going to be second down and 10 at the 18. The Hatchets have got to strike quickly here. Try to get back in this one.
Bentline's back into the ball game as he made that beautiful catch there. Had to go out for a play as the wind it got knocked out of him.
One man in motion. London back to pass. He's looking downfield and incomplete in the end zone, as the intended receiver that time was Gerhardt.
Bill Gordon was open way over underneath the opposite side as he rolled to the right, but he saw 3 receivers on this right side that flooded the zone, and he tried to hit Bentline deep in there, and of course it was knocked down by one of the Ubly defenders, Brad Maurer.
Third down 10 situation. Back to pass again. Coming right back, going on that left side.
And it's caught by Gordon this time.
At the 5-yard line. Boy, he had a leap in the air.
They ran that same pass pattern, and they rolled out this time, and this time London found Gordon, and it gives them a first down, so it'll be goal to goal.
That stops the clock with 7:05. They'll set the chains.
Yeah, he was covered this time, and of course it went over. Maurer jumped for it, but he just couldn't come down with it.
First and goal to go at the 5.
Oh, they got a stunt coming there, and they missed that. And Gordon's in. Nope.
Got stopped up short about the 1, they say.
If he'd have just cut back to the inside, he'd have been in for a touchdown, but it looks like Chris Messing and Tony Guzza look like stopped him on the 1-foot line, so it's second and a foot. And a big foot. Tom Myers' big foot.
Thought that was a pizza. Second and goal to go at the 1.
Well, if you're measuring that, then 2 bites of a pizza. Oh, somebody jumped.
Yep.
That's going to cost the Hatchets 5
That's
yards.
going to be a procedure penalty, I'm sure, on the Hatchets here.
Coach Earp almost jumped out there about 10 yards on that play there as he saw the guard going. He was going to go take the handoff or take the flag out, one or the other.
Second and goal.
Well, we'll bring it just outside the 5-yard line, so it'll be second and goal. Gordon on the carry, and he gets it back to the 4-yard line.
That's it.
As Dan Maurer, and I believe it was number 85 over there, Jason Badger.
So it's going to be third and goal to go from the 4-yard line. 5:40 left regulation time. But Ubly with a big 24-point lead, 36-12. All this touchdown would do is make the final score look a little more respectable. That's as if they get it. Rosenthal has got it.
He's in there.
Yep. 4-yard touchdown run. Hey, Rosenthal got it. They opened a hole for him on that right side.
In behind Walsh and here over on that side. That's one score.
36-18.
6 more scores, and Bannock's has got it. But Mark forgot one thing. Ubly is in between all those scores.
Not enough time.
Not enough time.
Not enough time.
Not enough time.
Ubly may get Bannock is going to get the football back at least another time or two.
Well,
they got to get the conversion here. Going to pass off on the right side. It's good. For the 2-point conversion attempt, make it 36-20.
I believe it was it Bentline?
Yep. 36-20, a 16-point Ubly lead.
The 2-point conversion.
Sherhard on the conversion attempt.
For professional service on your car or truck, see the certified mechanics at Dunk's Garage in Ubly. The mechanics at Dunk's Garage have been servicing cars and trucks in the Thumb area since 1956. From major overhauls to brakes, shocks, tires, tune-ups, and oil changes. Dunk's Garage is the place to have it done and done right. Remember to have the folks at Dunk's Garage check your belts and hoses before the cooler weather arrives. For the best up-to-date mechanical service for your car or truck, see the pros at Dunk's Garage on the corner of M19 and Main Street at the light in Ubly. Call 658-2300. That's 658-2300.
5:24 to go.
Marv's trying to sell his scoring method over here to the right. They're not buying it either. But the Bannock Hatchets are going to onside kick this one to see if they can get the ball back, because they don't have the time. They can't mess around. They got to get the ball back.
Well, they trail by 16.
Oh, they kick it deep instead of onside kick. Almost a cha-ching.
To the 40 on the return.
That was only a not a cha-ching. Just a little hit by number 77 for the Bannock Hatchets, Jeff Bismack and Jeff Clark.
First down Ubly. Their own 40-yard line.
Now, Ubly doesn't want to do anything here but run the clock.
Oh, I'm surprised the Bannock Hatchets didn't well, whatever. Kick it. Yeah. It's so cold I can't even say the words.
Messing on the carry for 2.
Almost
42.
Bentline on the hit for the Bannock Hatchets.
Chris Benson, the ball carrier.
Well, the Hatchets now will dig in defensively because they'd like to stop it right now on this series. You know, them The thing is, Ron, you know, if you get the football back now and go in and get another score, then you can try the onside kick.
Well, they can't afford Ubly to take time off the clock here.
No. 2nd and 8. Ubly at their own 42-yard line. Pitch out. Mullet. Mullet tries that right side. Breaks one tackle. Mullet for only a yard, though, before he is swarmed on and disappears under a host of tacklers.
Boy, you talk about swarm. Now, that was like a bunch of yellow bees going to Mullet on that with those yellow pant legs. You couldn't find him in there. He does come out of there alive, though. And he just got a yard. Boy, I would have went down quick when I saw those yellow hatchets coming at me.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have disappeared under a pile of tacklers like that.
Now, listen
we
here.
could have still seen you.
Oh, yeah.
3rd down and 7. Ubly at their own 42-yard line. There's a procedure penalty coming up. Flags on the play.
Yep.
Stops the clock with 3:49 left to go in the football game. Illegal motion. Illegal procedure. Back them up 5. A lot of penalties in this game tonight.
Yeah, how many you got so far, Derek? Did you get them on both ends? 9 penalties.
9 penalties.
I think that's the record for the year.
Hey, Mullen didn't disappear because he's coming in, and
they didn't fight.
Goes up.
He did go off.
He did go off.
Yeah, he came out of that.
3rd and 12.
Came out of that stack alive. They faked on this. Oh,
and they're going to pass.
Ka-ching.
Yep, and a
70. Mike Apley came through on the blind side, and Kerry Messing was dumped for loss on that play as he snuck in there for Brad Bauer.
Bauer come back in.
Yeah, I think he's got to punt the football, though, I think.
Yeah, 4th and 14.
No, he's coming in to play the right side over there. Looked like they're a player short up the middle there.
Gets the kick away. Takes a bounce, but it will be killed at the 48-yard line. The Bad Axe Hatchets with 2:36 left to go. Regulation time. Ubly leads 36 and 20.
2.5 minutes left in the game. Bad Axe has the ball. 3rd and 10 from their own 49.
Well, the Hatchets need 2 touchdowns and 2 conversions to tie. 2:25 to go. They have it just short of the midfield stripe at their 49. London back to pass. And it'll go incomplete as he was looking off on the right flat for Gerhardt.
Barry Halusky putting on the pressure for the Ubly Bearcats as he was right in his face when he threw that one, and he just threw it up for grabs as Halusky was putting on the pressure.
Stops the clock with 2:18 to go. Be a 2nd down and 10. Bad Axe Hatchets at their own 49-yard line.
You go the split left, key formation, motion left.
London in the pocket. Gets some good protection. Goes off on that left side. Almost an interception. Messing almost picked it off down at the 33.
Yeah, but that was the wrong player. That was the Ubly Bearcat that he threw it to almost. As Messing couldn't come up with it. He rolled to the left, London, and overthrew the receiver, Bentline, for the Hatchets. So bring up a 3rd and 10. As we have 2:11 on the clock, we're in the 4th quarter. The Bearcats leading 36 to 20.
Back to pass again. That one is going to be picked off by the Ubly Bearcats. Knocker midfield, 45-40 to a 35. And with just 2:02 to go, this one is now definitely over.
And Kudemacher picked it off as London made the hit for the Bad Axe Hatchets. The Bearcats take over on their Hatchets 29-yard line as London was being pressured, but he threw it, he faked it, out with motion right, and they tried to hit the tight end doing a post pattern, and Kudemacher picked it off. And Marv says there's somebody knocking on the door, and only the shadow knows.
Bearcats will just run it up the middle, try to run the timeout on this one.
Let's see, we believe it was Gordon and Walsh on the hit for the Bad Axe Hatchets.
Jordan Caribou, Rod Walsh on the tackle.
Essenmaker, the ball carrier. 1:18 left to go.
Well, somebody just opened the door, so I don't
Second
know.
and
The
5.
shadow came in.
Gary Messing is in at the quarterback on this series.
Mullen on the carry as he is engulfed by, I believe it's Apley.
Mullen for the ball.
Oh, Walsh on the tackle, Rod Walsh.
It'll be a 3rd and 1 coming up. Clock running with 47 seconds to go.
Reserves are in now for Ubly. Oh, we almost didn't make the handoff. He had to reach back, messing to hand that off to number 40, and I don't know if we got him.
We don't have him on a roster.
No. We'll just call him number 40, and only the shadow knows his last name, unless we can find out who he is.
He got the first down.
I believe he's a JV ball player.
First down at the 16-yard line. Yeah.
We don't know that's a JV jersey, Marv. Come on now.
That's got the red lettering instead of the white lettering.
Yeah, but it could be a home and away. We don't know that.
No.
Ubly doesn't have home and away. Oh.
Mullen up in at the line of scrimmage.
Walsh bulldogged him down, and that should just about do it, folks, as the Ubly Bearcats win this one 30-6-20. Shut the door.
That's it. The final game is over. The Bearcats win their final game of the season, 36-20 over the Bad Axe Hatchets.
The harvest season is upon us, and the only place to go to make sure that your equipment is in top condition is Kotick Radiator at the east end of Bad Axe. They handle everything from agricultural equipment to semi-trucks and tractors to cars and trucks. And Kotick Radiator has new and record radiators and heaters, new gas stations, cooling systems, and air conditioning. Kotick Radiator has 3 full-time radiator repairmen with over 50 years combined experience. And Kotick Radiator will meet or beat anyone's price. That's Kotick Radiator at the east end of Bad Axe, 110 North Street, or call 269-7101. That's 269-7101.
Jerome and Beverly Pulaski, the owners of Whitey's Restaurant and Lounge in downtown Ubly, invite you in for a bite to eat, or just stop in and meet your friends. Whitey's offers a full luncheon menu with homemade soups and daily specials. Every Friday, enjoy their fish fry with pan-fried lake perch. And don't forget Whitey's famous homemade pizza, served from 4 until midnight. Eat in or take it out. Open bowling available on the weekends. Call for best times. Whitey's Banquet Room also available to book your parties or meetings. Whitey's Restaurant and Lounge in downtown Ubly.
If you've been thinking about a new kitchen or want your present one modernized, it is to your advantage to rely upon a professional company with experienced expert designers and installation men to give you that top job you're entitled to every time. The experts at D&M Cabinet Shop are a certified dealer and installer of the durable and beautiful Korean products. The three-dimensional computer will show you exactly how your finished room will look. The cabinet business is their only business, not a sideline. With over 25 years' experience, D&M Cabinet Shop, 6.5 miles east of M19 on Purdy Road.
36-20, the Bearcats win it over the Bad Axe Hatchets, and the Bearcats now go to 5-4 on the year, and the Hatchets dropped their record on the year to 4 wins and 5 losses. Interesting ball game. The Hatchets took the early lead 6-0. That was the only lead they had, and then Ubly came up with 20 quick points around, and really the Hatchets really weren't much of a threat the rest of the night.
No, they just got into a hole and they couldn't get out of it, and then the third quarter they exchanged touchdowns, but the Bearcats got the upper hand as they tacked on another one as Wazierski went down the left side there for a 55-yard run and put it out of reach for the Bad Axe Hatchets. They had to go for an outside kick. They kicked it deep, and the Ubly Bearcats were able to run the timeout.
Well, we'll be back to take a look at the final stats in just a couple of minutes.
For all of your floor covering needs, it's Ubly Floor Covering, your authorized dealer for Lee's for Life Carpet, certified by DuPont and featuring warranties against stains. Ubly Floor Covering also carries Mannington, Congoleum, and Queen. And when the time comes that you decide that you need new carpeting, be sure to stop in and see Dennis and Ann Badger at Ubly Floor Covering in Ubly. And good luck to the Bearcats in tonight's game.
Stay on contract with custom-engineered running boards from Sun Country Auto Centers in Ubly, starting as low as $99. All boards offer a custom fit for your truck cab and full-length applications. Sun Country is your headquarters for rust-proofing. Keep your truck bed clean, dry, and secure with tonneau covers from Sun Country Auto Centers. They carry a wide variety of styles, including soft, hard, and hinged models to keep your equipment high and dry, with lockable covers available for added security. It's all waiting for you and your vehicle at Sun Country Auto Centers in Ubly.
Hello, everyone. This is Sports Director Tom Meyer. At radio station WLAW, we give a very special salute to our sponsors, the active members of the WLAW Sportscasters Club that make our day-to-day operation of sportscast possible. We urge you to patronize our fine WLAW Sportscaster Club sponsors like Ed's Bump Shop in Bad Axe, your Eastern Michigan banks located throughout the thumb from Port Huron to Minden City, Thomas Dibble, IDS Financial Services in Bad Axe, and Gainer's Meatpacking in Bad Axe. These are active members of the WLAW Sportscasters Club who support the interest in local and regional sports and desire more public recognition of all area athletes and their teams.
You're listening to Michigan High School football action on AM 1340 WLEW.
We're back here with our post-game show brought to you by 1340, your real country station, your sports voice of the thumb. Our post-game show and our stats as the Ubly Bearcats beat the Bad Axe Hatchets 36-20. Derek, take it away on the stats.
For Bad Axe, number 12, Jeremy London had 15 passes for 101 yards and 1 touchdown pass. He had 2 carries for 15 yards. Bill Gordon, number 34, had 22 carries for 79 yards, and number 44, Jai Rosenthal, had 12 carries for 58 yards. Bad Axe had 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 7 penalties for 55 yards. For Ubly, number 11, Brad Maurer, had 3 passes for no yards and 10 carries for 49 yards and 1 touchdown pass. Number 24, Chris Messing, had 13 rushes for 63 yards. Number 46, Perry Haleski, had 11 carries for 74 yards. Number 42, Gene Wisniewski, had 11 carries for 55 yards. Number 20, Jeff Mullet, had 8 carries for 35 yards. Number 31, Mike Essenmaker, had 1 carry for 5 yards. Ubly had 2 turnovers and 2 penalties for 30 yards.
Okay, Derek, we want to thank you. That's our post-game show brought to you by 1340, your real country station.